Hello, ladies and gents. Today, we'll be talking about how to accomplish your dreams 101. I'm just kidding, guys. I don't know. I barely knew how to accomplish mine. Hello, everyone. As you can see, I have finally broken through, guys. I am here, and I'm here to stay. Yes. Because when you work hard for something, you gotta work even harder to keep it. That's facts. Anyways, I finally finished schooling. Sorry guys, gotta take these out. I don't know, I forgot these were even in. I'll put these back later. I finally finished schooling for flight attending, and when I tell you that those midterms and those finals were hard, they were hard. Like, and I'm not saying hard as in like, I don't even know how I would really necessarily explain it. Hard as in you actually have to work for it. Like, as in it's not just something that you can just say, oh, I don't have to study for it. It's cool. I'll know the answer to it. Absolutely not. No, you actually had to literally put some work in, like hardcore work in. Like, for my finals, there was a verbal final, and then there was a written final. Just because you passed one test does not mean that you are gonna be able to keep your wings, because you had to pass both of them in order to keep your wings. And one of those tests you had to take after graduation. So if you were to fail the test you took after graduation, even though you got your wings, you still would get those things revoked. And yeah, it was scary. And honestly, guys, I gotta tell y'all something. There was a point where I thought I was not gonna pass. I literally, I knew in my heart of all hearts that I was gonna fail. Like, there was no doubt in my mind that I was gonna fail. It was during the written test. So I was very dehydrated that morning for some reason. For some reason, I was very dehydrated that morning. And what did I do? I drank tons and tons of water. Like a crap ton of water. Like, when I tell you, like, bottles of water. I was so dehydrated. I think it was because I was super nervous. I went to the bathroom. Before, when we got to the building, when we got to the school, I went to the bathroom. And then before we took the test, I went to the bathroom. So 3 times I went, and I was like, I'm good. I don't have to do it anymore. I'm totally good. So what wound up happening is I got that test, and I was just like, oh crap, like, this is like, it was the written test, and I was just like, man, this is crazy. Like, I don't remember half of this stuff on this test. What is this? What is this? And I was so confused, because I was just like, so it's like, okay, let's go through all these questions first. Let's see what I can remember, and we'll get through it. We got about, an hour and a half to do this test. You got it, girl. You got it. Midway, not even midway, like a couple questions into the test, I had to go pee again. And I said, oh no, the devil is a lie. The devil's a liar. And I was like, I can't do this, because the thing is, you cannot, for any reason, leave the room while you're taking this test. I could not ask my instructor if I could go to the bathroom and come back, because honestly, they don't know what you're doing in that bathroom, bro. You could be looking up the answers. So I was just screwed, and I was just like, in my head, I was just like, God, please help me get through this. Please help me get through this, because I feel like I'm not, like, I can't, I won't, like, I won't make it if I leave this test. Like, if I leave this test blank like this, I won't make it. And of course, because I had to pee, I could not think straight. So all my mind was going blank to, like, the answers to the questions. And I was just like, my heart was pounding, because I was just like, Lord, please help me get through this. And I was just praying and praying and praying and praying. And as I was praying, my bladder kept filling and filling and filling and filling. And I'm just like, oh my goodness. And I got up, guys, because I had to go. I could not pee myself. I mean, it crossed my mind. I'm just kidding. No, it didn't. But I had to go to the bathroom so badly. So what I wound up doing was I turned my test in, and it wasn't even fully done. Like, I went through and did everything that I knew for sure. And then I tried to go over the part that I didn't know. But my mind was going so blank because I had to pee so badly that I could not even think straight. And so I just picked up my paper and I just turned it in the way it was. And I went and I cried. Like, there were, like, some of my friends were, like, standing outside talking, because some of them already had gotten done. They were standing outside talking. I went to the bathroom and then I came back and everybody was just like, oh, how do you think you did? And I said, I failed. And they were like, what? They were, what do you mean? Like, why did you not know it? Like, what happened? And I was like, guys, I couldn't even finish the test because I had to pee. Like, I knew I failed. Like, I was crying. Like, everybody was finishing and they were, like, talking about the test and the questions. And I just was just like, I can't be here. Like, I went downstairs and I cried. And a couple of my friends from the class came down and was just like, just breathe. You probably did fine. Because on our test, we were able to miss, I guess, like 20, up to 20 questions. And you missed more than that. We were able to miss up to 25. You missed more than that, you were through. And I knew for a fact that I missed more than that. I was like, there's no way I got all those questions. Like, I missed probably 26. And, like, they were just trying to calm me down. And they were just like, just breathe, just be quiet, just stop all those negative thoughts. You did good. You did great. And I couldn't handle it. Like, I called my mom. Like, I was just like, when I feel like I'm in a rough spot, I always call my mom, because she's very spiritual, and I was raised in a Christian home and a Christian family. And so when I feel like I'm in a rough spot, or I feel like I've failed, like, I always call my mom and I tell her, like, hey, I need your prayer. I need advice, and I need you to pray for me, because I feel like schooling was like a month and a half, and I busted my butt throughout that month and a half. Like, I didn't go out, I didn't party, I didn't do anything. It was home and class, like 24/7. And I was for that month and a half, I shut everything and everybody out. Like, I even stopped being on Facebook. Like, I did not even go on Facebook for at least a good month. And it was serious to me. So for that to happen, I was so discouraged. And I called my mom crying, and I was just like, I don't think I passed this. Like, I'm gonna need prayer, and I'm gonna need you to pray for me. And I was like, yeah, I can do that, but you gotta pray too, just ask God to help you, calm yourself, and he may be testing your faith, because, he may be testing, like, how you react in these situations, and will you call on him in these situations, or will you just automatically think that you just didn't pass? And so I just shook my head, and I told her I understood, and got off the phone, and I just started praying. I prayed so hard, y'all. I don't think I've ever prayed so hard in my entire life, because this was a huge deal. Like, y'all have seen me Y'all seen how far I've come. Like, I've literally gone from, I don't know, from wanting to be a flight attendant to almost getting there. Like, it was serious for me. So to come that close and to feel like you're about to fail, like, it's hard. But anyways, I prayed about it, and finally everybody got done with their test. We all came back in the room, and you know, I was just like, this is it. And she told us that, our instructor told us that, you know, she's gonna go over our tests one by one, and she's gonna let us know how we did. And so I was just waiting for it. I was waiting for her to come in there and be like, yeah, you right there, you stuff, come with me, because wow, you was doing good this whole time. You was doing an amazing job. What happened? You failed. You know that, right? You failed. I was just waiting on that. I was really waiting on that. But what happened next was a miracle, an amazing miracle, because I was just like, man, nothing but God. Like, woof, Lord, He really had my back for real. But my instructor came in and she was like, I just want to let you guys know that every single one of you in this classroom passed that test. And it got so loud, like the thunderous loud, like it was like roars, like, oh my gosh, like excitement, because I think there were also a couple people in there that didn't think they passed. Besides me, there were like several people in there that was just like, oh, that was awful. Like, I barely knew half the questions on the test. But when she came in there and announced that every single one of us had passed, and I think it was a class of 17, 18, between 17 and 20, I do believe, between that number. I can't really remember. But when she came in there and announced that every single one of us had passed, I was, first of all, very excited for my class, because man, oh man, that is like a record in my airline. Like the airline that I fly for, we've heard from management that she's been working there for 20 plus years and she's never seen a class pass like this. And so I was shocked for everybody. And then myself, I just could not believe it. Like, the feeling, I was just like, Jesus, like, I wanted to drop to my knees and thank God. Like, oh my goodness. Like, my friends like grabbed me and was just like, one of my friends grabbed me, she's like, you passed. Like, why are you being like this? Like, you're over here stressing out. Like, they tried so hard to like get me out of that mindset when I did not know that I passed. Like, they tried like so hard. Like, my friend was even, hey, I'm hungry, you want to get some food with me? Let's get lunch. I'm gonna order some food. I'm gonna order you food. And I was like, yeah, okay. And I was like, well, I can barely eat right now because I was so stressed out because I knew I failed. Oh goodness, when you least expect it, the Lord is gonna show up and show out in your life. I'm telling you, believe it. He gonna show up and show out. He gonna give you what you want, give you what you need. Man, it was the best feeling, guys. Like, I cried. I called my mom and I said, Mom, I passed. And she was like, thank you, Jesus. That's my mom. She'd be like, thank you, Jesus. And she was just so happy for me, and I was so happy for me. And little did I know that was like a little bit of my stress. Just a little bit of my stress. Because the next thing we had to pass was our IOE. Now, boy, oh boy, let me tell you about this IOE, okay? This IOE, y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready for this lifestyle. You know, I thought I was ready for this lifestyle. I wasn't. Not even close. But the IOE is basically what you do. It's basically like your hands-on training, and you could totally fail still, and you could get sent home. So it was still like much of a struggle. But you know, I thought I was gonna go and, you know, learn, you know, jot down some notes, watch my trainer, because this is a time where we actually go out in the field and watch our trainer, like, you know, do all these things. I thought I was gonna jot down notes and, you know, actually, you know, when it was time for me to do my thing, I was gonna do it. You know, I was just like, all right, I took all these good notes, I watched you perform, and I took these good notes and I studied it, and I was just like, now I'm good. And nah, that's not how it happened, y'all. That's not how it happened at all. See, what happened was I got on the IOE, and I thought she was just gonna work me in it, like, you know, she was gonna demonstrate a little something, and then she was gonna have me do it, and then nah. Like, as soon as I got on that plane, she was like, pre-flight this for me, pre-flight all of this, pre-flight it. Check to make sure emergency equipment is there. What do you say for the emergency equipment? What is this? What is that? And I was just like, oh, hold up, I'm not watching you. I thought you was gonna come up here and I was gonna. Nah, it didn't happen like that. Not at all. So I was just like, oh my gosh, she's just gonna throw me into this. Like, oh, okay, I need to prepare myself because this is about to be really rough. So not only did she ask me to do that, but she also had me do the announcements, you know, check the bags. Like, you know, our airline it's a regional airline. I work for a regional airline, and our aircraft is small, and I'm the only flight attendant on board. So with that being said, it is actually there. You can't have like big bags on board. Like, they have to check their bags if it's really big. And I think that was the toughest for me, because I don't know how big these compartments are. Like, I'm new. Like, I don't know. And even when she told me, you know, it's like the plastic, the hard plastic bags, or the bags that have the 4 wheels on it. Like, I was just like, all these bags look small to me compared to like big luggage bags. Like, that was like the hardest thing, because she was just like, T, you're letting all these bags get past you. Like, what are you gonna do when, you know, you're on the flight by yourself, and all these bags, you have all these bags that can't fit in the overhead bins, and, you know, the door's already closed and you can't open it back up because you're about to take off. Like, where are you gonna put all these bags? You gotta pay attention. And I'm just like stressed out. And then on top of that, she was just like having me, you know, do the infant life vests and briefings and all that stuff, and with the exit row and the infant life vest. And I was just like, on top of that, the door had to be closed on time, and I was just, the main cabin door had to be closed on time, and I was just like, y'all, I was all over the place. Like, she just, boom, she just threw my ass. It's just like, listen, honey, you gonna have to figure this out, because you're gonna be the only flight attendant on board. So I don't even know how you gonna manage if you can't do it right here, right now. I'm assuming was her mindset, which at first I was just like, yo, help me. Which she did. She helped, you know. And, you know, it was kind of, I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of embarrassing, because I have like, the plane holds 50 people. A majority of the time I got called. This was like, and I think this was God, like, telling me, like, you need to be pushed, because I was called out for my IOE for training on Christmas Day. On Christmas Day, guys. Like, the busiest time of the year for aviation are holidays. Christmas. Like, people are crazy. Like, there's kids everywhere, infants everywhere, parents everywhere, people in general everywhere. And it was crazy, guys. It was a madhouse. And I was so nervous because she was telling me, hey, you need to do this, you need to do that. Why are you're not doing this, you're not doing that. And then these people were just standing around looking at me like, you messing up. You need to fix it. Do better. I remember I made a mistake at one point. My exit row briefing on our plane, we have a exit row we have to brief, and I actually went to the wrong row and was trying to brief the wrong row. And the funny thing is, there were other flight attendants and other captains on board that were actually flying for that flies for a different airline, but were actually on our plane trying to get home. And so I was briefing a different row, but the flight attendants and the captains were actually in the actual exit row. So the flight attendant tapped me on my shoulder and was just like, this is the exit row right here where we're sitting. And I was just like, crap. And so like everybody was looking at me and they laughed, and I was just like, I'm still learning, everybody. Like, I'm still learning. Like, give me a minute. I'll get there. And I looked at the flight attendant and I was just making sure you was paying attention, you know. And she laughed. But yeah, my IOE was no joke, because it was I think it was, how long was it? It was supposed to be a 3-day trip, a 4-day trip actually. It was supposed to be 4 days. And here's what happened. Here's why it wasn't exactly 4 days. So I wasn't really eating the way I was supposed to be eating. I was supposed to be, you know, starting healthy, eating healthy, and I hadn't been. Like, my IOE day was December 25th, 2018, Christmas. And then I had to go another day, which is the 26th, right after Christmas. And that night, I do believe I ate like something super greasy. I think I ate like, I don't know, it was like probably something super fattening. Knowing me, probably like Big Mac or something. But it was super fattening. And what had happened was, you get up in that altitude, that high, and it messes with your stomach. So I was doing beverage service, and I got mid beverage service, like I was in the middle row, and I started to feel like a churning in my stomach, and I was just like, oh God, this does not feel good. Like, this does not feel good. So I got to one of the passengers, and I was pouring his ginger ale. He wanted a ginger ale, so I was pouring his ginger ale, and the smell of the ginger ale like kicked me in the face, and my stomach just lurched, and it was just like, you need to go back to that galley because you about to throw up. So I handed him his ginger ale. I was like, here you go, sir. And I looked at the other passengers, and I was just like, I'm sorry guys, give me one moment. I dragged that car all the way back, and I looked at my check airmen, which they call them check airmen, which trainers. I looked at my check airman, and I was just like, I'm about to throw up. And then so she like reached in one of the cabinets and gave me a plastic bag, and it was just like, bleh. As soon as she gave it to me, I just let loose, like all of it, and I was throwing up for a good 3 or 4 minutes. It was horrible. Like, I was on that plane vomiting like crazy. And so after I was done, like, she told me, she's like, just sit out the rest of the flight, and you know, when we land, you know, if you're still not feeling better when we land, then we're gonna have to end this trip, and we're gonna have to figure out another time for you to finish your IOE. And I didn't want to like start over. Well, I didn't really technically have to start over. I just start where I left off. But still, I just wanted to get it over with. So I was like, girl, I'm fine. I can do this. And she was just like, just sit it out. We'll see. So I set it out, and we landed in Denver, Colorado. And I was just like, I got this. Like, I can do this. I was sitting down and my stomach like literally felt so bad. Like I was just like, I don't think I can do this. So I literally got up and went to the bathroom and threw up once more. So I called her and I told her it's a no-go. That's gonna be a no for me, Charlie. So I got sent home and I had to do a 3-day rest. And I called back in and I told her I was feeling good and I got to go back out and finish up my trip. And lo and behold, I passed my IOE and I am here now, ladies and gentlemen. I's made it. I's made it. I'm weird, guys. Don't ask. But right now I am actually, where am I at? Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm in Knoxville. Tomorrow I am overnighting in Santa Fe, New Mexico. Mexico. I can't wait. I'm excited. Although it's probably not gonna be that fun because your girl ain't got no money. She don't. So I can't really go out and do nothing fancy or anything unless the captain or the FO is paying for me to go out and do these things with them, which, you know, there's some generous people out there. They might, considering I am the only flight attendant aboard. It's literally captain, the FO, and a flight attendant. So I don't know, they might decide to go out and, you know, take me out and have fun or whatever, go to a bar or a dinner or a restaurant or something. So I guess we're just gonna have to see. I don't really have a view. I mean, it's a view. I mean, the airport is right next door. I don't think you can see it. Here, let me show you. Let me try to show you. I don't know if you can see it or not. Maybe not. We'll see if you can see it. I had to move this, like, and I'm sorry about my, y'all. I've had this headband on this whole time. It's cold, y'all. It's really cold. Like, it's crazy how cold it is. It's insane cold. Like, tomorrow, Chicago's supposed to get negative 40-degree weather. Y'all, I'm good. I ain't going through there tomorrow. Because, man, oh, man, that would have been some. I have to turn this camera around. Oh man, this curtain is just not wanting to cooperate. You can kind of see the lights a little bit. Yeah, I'm actually right across the street from the airport. So, you can see my reflection in the. That's funny. Yeah, I'm actually right across the street from the airport. You can kind of see those blue lights. That's the runway for the planes, the plane runway. So yeah, guys, just checking in. I'm really excited, guys. I've come a really long way, and I thank God for all my accomplishments. I thank God for all of my failures and for the times where I just didn't think that I was gonna make it. I thank God for making me the way I am, because I'm a pusher. I'm a really big pusher. I don't give up. I don't care how many times I fail. I don't care how many times I get discouraged. I will probably, after I get discouraged, I will probably stay down for a little bit, but I'm getting right back up. Like, it's gonna happen one way or the other. So eventually, as you guys say, I'm just kidding, I'm done. But I will definitely check in with you guys again, probably tomorrow in Santa Fe if I go out. I don't even know if I'm gonna go out. I don't know. These hotel rooms be looking pretty comfy. So it's not really a mess, but it's my coat, you know, and my luggage. So it's not messy compared to other people's messes I've seen. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's basically all I wanted to touch up on. Just let me know if there's anything else you guys would like me to talk about, because I will talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about. But let me know in the comments how you feeling. And like, subscribe, and I will continue to do these videos for this regional airline I work for. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you and all your love and attention. So I hope to see you guys again on Flying with Anna. Bye.